Welcome back, guys. We are still in the insert tab. So today I will just dive in to shapes. I know you'll be wondering why didn't I mention anything as regard the online pictures. The system is not connected to the internet, but if you want to pick a picture online, you can actually pick this picture online, which is very unusual. You could just go online, download the picture, copy it to your system, or just use directly your system. But in case you want to pick the picture directly online, you can actually use online picture. I'm not connected to the internet, so I'm just going to close that. So the next thing is the shapes. Okay, we have a lot of shapes here that we may want to work with, but just to make this class as practical as possible, I'm going to use shape to demonstrate how you can actually use shape to draw objects. Like for those of us that are that are working for schools that they want to draw objects that has to do with mathematical objects, probably under I think it's under geometry. Okay, so you may want to use shapes like rectangle and circle and lines to draw your object. So I'm just going to insert this circle into my object. So to insert an object, you come to shapes, you pick the object, then once you pick the object, then you come back to pick the object, then you come back and hold and drag. So when you hold and drag, you can actually draw your object. You want to draw a regular circle, meaning that both width and height are equal. You can the radius are equal. You can actually hold shift on your keyboard. So when you hold shift on your keyboard, you are going to draw a circle with a perfect diameter. Okay, so I have a circle with a perfect diameter. I'm going to come back to insert again, and then insert another shape, which is probably a rectangle. If I want to draw a rectangle, I may not need to hold shift, so I just draw the rectangle. But if I want to draw, you still use the same command to draw square. So if you want to draw square, just hold and draw your square. Okay, so what if I want to draw an object like a cylinder? Okay, so I may have to come to insert shapes, start with the circle, then come back to insert. You can actually use this, but I prefer to go the long way. Just as a beginner, just hold this, hold and drag. To draw a straight line, you need to hold shift. Okay, draw the shape, the straight line. What I'm going to do is that I'm just going to copy, click on Ctrl C and click on Ctrl V. So, or you come back to the file, to home, come to home, just click on copy, then you click on paste. Okay, so yeah, so I'm using to copy this. Let me delete one of this. So copy this, then move this copied line, move it to this other side. Okay, if your cursor is not giving you the right, you can actually use the up and down arrow to move this. So I'm just going to copy this and also paste. Okay, and drag it here. So with this, I've just drawn a cylinder, and I can begin to add my text to the side and other. So when we get to, if you insert shape, this little box actually gives you opportunity to insert text in any area. So it's just like you are drawing a scale. Okay, I can actually type inside and put 3 centimeter. Okay, you adjust the box if it's not the right size. I just put 3 centimeter here. So you will notice that there's a circle, there's a line around this which I may not want. Under the format tab, which I'm not going to touch for now, you can just under shape outline, use no outline. Okay, so I'm just going to also copy this, Ctrl C and V, then bring it here. Just bring it here. Okay, I need to draw a line. Okay, so what I will do is just come to insert shape, then draw a line from here to here. Of course, you cannot see my line because my line is the same color with the circle. So I'm going to click on this, then under the format, I will just change the shape. So we have the shape fill, which is the color. Currently this shape is filled to blue. Okay, so I'm just going to pick no fill. Okay, so I'll bring my 3 centimeter here, and then also no fill for the shape because it's actually filled with circles. So this is how you draw a mathematical object and shape. So coming to shape, you can actually think of several objects that you may want to combine together to actually make an object that you want. We've got trapezium, we've got cone, we've got different types of trapezium, this which is used for flowchart. So if you want to draw a flowchart, you can actually use some of these elements here to draw your flowchart. Okay, insert arrow, insert circle, so many, insert emoji, insert love. This is Thunderbolt. So insert several shapes. Okay, and then you can actually adjust some of these shapes. If I have maybe I have this is just like the stop. This option is like the stop, so I'm going to just hold shift so that it can be. So this yellow arrow helps me to adjust the diameter of the circle, so I can drag it in, I can drag it out, so I can just do a lot of this. Is not like on this, it's not like on this, you know. There are some shapes that has ways in which you can adjust them. Some of them is the one I just used. This is another type of like this cross. You have a cross here. Okay, you can use this to adjust the width and the size, so you can actually do so many manipulations on this. Okay, so guys, that is how to adjust shape and to format shape in Microsoft Word. So I can come here and change the shape. Maybe I don't want any fill, no fill. Change the outline to maybe red. Okay, if I want the outline to be thicker, I can make it change the thickness of the circle. Okay, so and if I want to maybe use some of the preset shapes here, I can actually use some of this preset shape. But I like I said earlier, Word is not supposed to be what you use for graphic design. Okay, but although it offers opportunity for you to use a graphic design. So what if I want to type something inside this circle? I have two ways to do that. I can actually use this, which is the method I used initially, draw it, then type the circle. Alternatively, I can just right click on it and just add text. Okay, I can right click on it and say add text. Okay, and adding text, I will just type this is a circle. Okay, I like my text, change the color of my text, which is the same thing as going back here to change the color of my text, or coming back to home to change the size of the text, change the color to black. Okay, but because of the format I chose here, which shows that the text inside must be white, you understand, so I will not be able to change the color of the text inside. Okay, that's why I said Word is not basically for graphics design. I can also change this, just edit text, add text, and say this is rectangle. Okay, so this is square. Just add something, just edit text and just put square. Okay, now remember I said I'm going to deal with align. Okay, align group. Okay, so basically the first object the first object you insert to the page will actually be below the other object. Okay, so that means that this rectangle is actually above this circle. So what if I want to send this rectangle back to the front? So I can just right click on it and send to back. Alternatively, I can come here and just align, send backward. Okay, if I want to bring it to the front, they have option here to send behind text, bring forward, so align it to the right, align it to the left. So if I have this is just not really necessary anyway, because this is not just graphics design class. Okay, but I think also the alignment of the text, which is in the table, you can also use them here. So basically this format is also similar to the table group, but you can use the width and the size. But I don't know, just for basic, I think the basic design in Microsoft Word, you can use shapes to just achieve that. Send your document, send this. If I should change the style of this, maybe change it to something like this, then drag it on this, you can see that this is top. So I can actually align this to maybe the center of the page. If I align to the center of the page, align to margin, and so that means that it's going to align this. So if I change it to align to page, I'm getting a little bit in deeper than I actually planned to. But in case you may want to just do that, just align it to the center. So align it to maybe the middle, so it's going to be exactly in the middle of. These are just graphic stuff anyway, these are graphic design stuff. So let me just stop this class from that. So that is basically how to insert shapes and how to edit shapes